All right, so for this problem, we're given a graph, which we're told is the second derivative of a function f of x. So this is f double prime of x. And we're asked from 0 to 20 to figure out where the points of inflection are. So remember that a point of inflection is when the second derivative of a function goes from positive to negative or negative to positive, so it changes sign. In this case, it will be everywhere where f double prime of x is equal to 0. Again, it said we're excluding x equals 0 and x equals 20 because the interval is 0 is less than x is less than 20, so we're not going to worry about that. So all we do is find every point where it changes its sign, which would be here, 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 and here. And for these two right here, the correct answer will be, you want to put in integer answers, so the correct answer will be, let's say for the first one, let's say 2, 1 or 2 are both acceptable answers for that, because I believe in the actual graph it's a little closer to the y-axis. For here, it's definitely x equals 4. For this one, let's say x equals 9, and finally x equals 16. So those are our points of inflection, so we can clearly see that they go from positive to negative or negative to positive at each one of those points. Again, we're excluding here because we don't, on the interval we're given that, that's the interval we're given, so we're not worrying about 0. Then we're asked, would it matter if this weren't the graph of f double prime of x, but if it were actually the graph of x, or of f of x? So this is an interesting question. So if this were the function, or were the graph of f of x, instead of being at the points where y is equal to 0, in other words, that it changes its sign, it would be where the function changes concavity. And the question is, does this graph change concavity where it also changes sign? And the answer is yes. You can see that this part's concave up, or sorry, concave downward. This section is concave upward. So it changes sign at the same point, changes concavity. The same goes for this point, and this point, and this point. So the answer is no. It doesn't matter if this is the graph of f double prime of x or f of x. If you're talking about points of inflection, either way, you're going to get the same 4 points, which are right here. So no, it doesn't matter which one it is if you're talking about points of inflection.